I've always wanted to grow up to be just like my dad. 2 sisters and 2 brothers always seem to be better at me than everything. I usually tag along for their adventures, but I'm slower. I don't feel as smart as them or as strong as them. But yesterday, when Daddy told me that he was my size and that he was the smallest of his siblings, and seeing how big he is now, that gave me hope that I would grow up to be big and strong, just like him. A rock falls on my head, tearing me out of my stupor. Huh? Come on, throw it, silly, says my sister Maddie. Yeah, stop being slow, says my big sister Lia. She's the oldest of all of us. Dad says one day she's going to be just as good a hunter as Mom. We used to praise her for that, and then she told us to stop, seeing as Mom got killed while hunting, so that couldn't have made her such a good hunter. Lia's words. I take the rock up in my mouth and toss it in the air. My siblings run around in circles. Suddenly, the rock falls and all of them go still. Scour, my beefy brother, who is the biggest of all of us, but the third born, tilts his head sideways. Then he looks at our biggest sister. I think it's closest to you, Lia. Nuh-uh, it's not closest to me, it's closest to Maddie. Maddie, our second sister and second born, nods her head furiously. Nuh-uh, it's always landing close to me, that's not fair. I don't mind being it, says Ty, my younger brother. Ty is the only sibling that seems to look up to me, especially since he was born last. He was the only one who was smaller than me. But now that he is growing bigger, it seems as though he's already my size, even though he's younger and hatched a day late. Ty picks up the rock and tries to make it hit one of us. He loves chasing us. It makes him feel strong and powerful. We all scream and laugh. Out here on the beach, our feet take a rest, not being prickled by all the thorns and stones in the forest. Out on the beach, the sand is warm and clean. You can smell all the breeze and smells from all over. My dad says that across the big water, there are lands just like ours, with many creatures just like us as well. When we all get bored or tired of the game, we sit near the edge of the shore under the shade of one of the trees. Scour looks up at it. Hey, Maddie, you think I could climb that? Maddie looks up at the tree. A large palm tree, swaying to and fro, with hairy bald fruit hanging at the end of it. I mean, you could try. If you were going to try and do that, you should have been smaller. You're much too big now. You mean he's much too fat, interjects Lia. Scour growls, while everyone else laughs. Scour, it's a compliment, says Ty, laughing as well. That was a mistake. Scour gets up and paws the ground with his thick thighs. He looks a lot like Father, more than any of us, with how muscular he is. He growls, lowering his head to the ground. You want to go, Ty? He says menacingly. Ty knows that he can't beat Scour. He's much too scrawny. Before Ty realizes what's going on, Scour is beginning to advance upon him. The girls are laughing, but I'm nervous. I try to get in between Scour and Ty. Lia grabs me by my neck and throws me over. What are you doing, Lia? You know that Ty can't take him. TAGO, it's part of a learning experience. You know that. Daddy taught us that. Don't open your mouth if you can't back it up with your teeth. Scour growls once more. Ty backs up, preparing to run away, his little tail with the hair on the end of it fluffed out to its full capacity. I nervously get back on my scrawny legs and shout out to my big brother. Please, Scour, think about this. No, he needs to learn. He did learn. He won't do it again, right, Ty? Ty looks at me and nods furiously. Yeah, no, I won't do it again. I was just playing around. Everybody was laughing, too. Everyone can laugh, but you're not allowed to laugh, Ty. Don't you see how disrespectful it is? I'm sorry, Scour, please. Scour smiles and then looks at his older sisters. What do you think, Lia? Maddie? Should I give him a break? Maddie smiles. Lia puffs out her chest and says, No, unless you're going to break his leg. Let's watch. Mischievously, my brother Scour grins back at Ty. Ty takes off running, and Scour quickly goes after him. My 2 sisters jeer. They're cheering on Scour. I keep telling Ty to run faster, but I can tell that even though he's more nimble than Scour, Ty is losing stamina. He definitely doesn't run as fast as my 3 oldest siblings. He runs farther and farther into the water, but Scour catches him, and they fight. They're so far away we can't see exactly what's happening under the waves of the shore. Despite Lia warning me, I run to save Ty. As I'm running, I yell out for my big brother to stop beating up on Ty. I can see blood in the swells of the shore. Ty is crying, lying on his back, almost drowning in the shallow water, with his feet in the air trying to defend himself against our ravenous brother. I stop short when I'm right upon Scour. Scour, let him go! Oh, shut up, TAGO. He's old enough to defend himself. He knew what he did. He wasn't trying to make fun of you. He was laughing at me. So, Maddie and Lia were laughing at you too. I was laughing at you. I don't care, and you don't have any right to laugh at me either. Scour's mouth is pink with the diluted blood of my brother. Ty tries to get up, but Scour quickly turns back on him, and using one of his legs pushes him back down into the shallow water. Every time the tide comes in, my unfortunate little brother is gasping for air. I didn't tell you to get up, Ty, did I? Did I? No, you didn't tell me to get up. I'm sorry, Scour, please. After what seems like a long time, Scour snaps at me and gives chase without any warning. At least I'm drawing him away from Ty. I suddenly stop running and turn back around on Scour, who charges into me. The both of us fight, and I snap at his eye. Scour rams into me with his head. He is so much stronger than me that I don't have a chance, but I'm definitely not as weak as Ty, and that makes me happy, especially since Ty is now my height. You're lucky I like you, TAGO. Don't get in my way again. He's gotta learn. Okay. I relent as Scour walks past me, shaking out the water from his fur. Lia yawns and is bored, lying down in the sand under the shade of the tree that she's been sitting under. That was boring. Yeah, a little bit, agrees Maddie. Hey, when's Dad coming home? I ask my siblings. Scour looks into the forest. He's been gone a while. I can go look for him. Ty comes limping towards us, his leg bloody. He licks his wounds and sits beside his sisters. Ew, I don't want to smell your blood, says Maddie, shying away from him. What, you want to eat it? Says Ty. No, you just smell like prey. Exactly, that's what I said, you want to eat it. Ty, can you move over there? Ty lets out a heaving sigh of annoyance and rolls over so he's farther away from my sisters and continues licking his sand-covered wound. There's a large crashing heard from the trees. We all stand up and look towards it, thinking it's some other creature. We head closer to the water on the beach, and a large figure comes out. It's Daddy. Hey, Daddy! We all chirp and run towards him. He shakes the dust off his body.
Hey, kids.
How was hunting, Dad? Says Scour, always kissing up to him. Hey, Daddy! I say, hey, Daddy, don't groom us anymore.
You're old enough to groom yourselves.
Dad looks over the water. He just looks there for a while and sniffs the air. Dad? Says Lia. What's going on? Where's the food? My dad turns and looks at us, and then looks at Lia, the oldest.
Well, I think that we've exhausted all the food on the island. We're getting little bits here and there, but it's not going to be enough to sustain a growing family. You guys need more food.
He looks back across the ocean.
I need more food.
What'd you find, Dad? Says Ty.
Well, what happened to your leg?
Ty looks down at his leg. Oh, me and Scour got into it. I won, says Scour, proudly protruding his chest to appear bigger than he already is. I'm a good fighter, Dad, just like you said.
Ain't nothing to brag about when he's half your size, Scour, but good job, I guess.
Scour is smiling at first, but then stops, not realizing whether or not his dad meant that as an insult or a compliment. Our dad keeps looking at the sky, looks back in the forest when he came from, looks at the beach, and sniffs the air again. We follow his lead, trying to do what he's doing. Dad? I ask him, going closer.
How've your swimming lessons been going?
Why? Inquired Lia.
Well, I'm thinking we should take a swim. I think it's time for us to move. What do you think?
Move? I ask.
Come on.
He starts going deeper into the water, and we follow him. We've gone swimming before. He's gone swimming with us. It's fun. But as we follow him and we realize the water gets deeper, we start to get a little nervous. Dad, should we head back to the shore? We're going a little farther out.
See that island over there? We're going over there. Right now.
Oh, cool, chirped Scour. his voice betraying him, and trembling, maybe with a combination of the frigid temperatures of the water, but also the fear that this is the longest swim any of us are ever gonna do. I can see Dad's head bobbing over the water as I hold my head above the surface. I'm nervous and I can feel the pressure over my neck as though the water is crushing from every inch of my body.
Remember, let the water carry you. Don't tense up or you're gonna sink. If you feel tired, all you gotta do is stop kicking for a little while and let your tail sway gently from left to right like I showed you. But we gotta get over there as quick as we can. Alright, field trip.
Field trip. After a few moments, I look back at our island. I can hardly see it. All I see is water all around me from every direction. I look ahead and I see where we're going, clear as day. Another island filled with leaves. And then the scent hits me. Probably what Dad was smelling. How did he smell it so far back there? And every time the scent comes into my nose, it's taken away by the wind over the water again. Hey, Daddy?
Yes, Leah.
Have you ever been to this island?
Yeah, lots of times. Why?
What's on it?
Food, sometimes.
You ever made a kill there? Asks Scour, squawking as water gets into his mouth. I'm not really having the time of my life swimming. It feels very uncomfortable to kick and not feel the ground. The water is a very odd medium. It's like flying through very thick air. I hear squawking and gulping behind me. I look back and realize Ty, my little brother, is a bit far away from me. You okay, Ty? Yeah, my leg kind of hurts. Oh, I'm sorry. Try to keep up, okay? You stick your head down there.
I don't want to stick my head down there. You stick your head down there.
I can hear Maddie and Scour arguing over who should stick their head under the water and hold their breath the longest. Looking up at my father, he looks annoyed, even though I can see the back of his head. The way that his cheeks look on the sides gives me a clue onto how annoyed he is at us talking constantly.
Using up all your energy talking back there, it's gonna take longer for us to get to the island.
Dad advised. Hey, Daddy, was Mommy on the island with you? He doesn't answer me. Every time we try to talk to him about Mom, he always seems to act pretty weird. No matter, we keep ourselves entertained, and we splash each other with our tails, chuckling in mirth as we follow in our dad's jet stream. Suddenly, there's a distinct splashing noise. I know that I heard it to my right when I see my dad react to it. Daddy, what is it? Asks Lia. The rest of us look in his direction.
Keep swimming, don't worry about it.
He takes a deep breath and then goes under the water. We can still see his back and his tail waving. The powerful force of his kicks are felt as the water he displaces trails over our bodies. My dad is so large that he leaves waves and swells behind him. When he comes back up for air, I can feel his pace quicken just a little bit more. I look behind me, and Ty is struggling to swim. He starts to cry. You guys are going too fast. I can't keep up. Well, that's your own fault, says Scour ahead of us. Well, Dad, maybe we can wait a little bit. Ty's having trouble.
This is your first lesson, kids. Nature isn't gonna wait for you.
And with that, my dad lets in a big gulp of air and then continues kicking even faster.
Swim as fast as you can. Look straight ahead. Don't look back. Don't look to your side. Just pay attention to me and follow me.
What's going on? Probes Scour, my beefy, strong brother, trembling with fear. It's unnerving how quickly his bravado has been stripped away now they're out here in the open water.
Don't question me, boy. Just keep swimming.
What's more unnerving is how calm my father is under the tension. Suddenly, we're all quiet, kicking with all of our might. Nobody's talking and laughing anymore or playing in the water. I can feel my body tensing up, the very thing Dad is telling me not to do. I look behind me, and my little brother Ty is even farther back than he was before. I couldn't even see him, but as the waves bob and seem to deflate, there he is again, me only being able to see him every few seconds. He is struggling. It's almost like he's drowning. I hear a whisper of something barely audible over the crashing of the waves, and my dad's swells being made in the water. TAGO, please help me. It's Ty. He's asking me for help, but I know if I turn back now, it's going to make us all slow down. All I can do is scream out, encouraging him. Ty, keep swimming! I don't know what we're swimming away from, but I know that there is a reason why my dad is so quiet and why he's swimming so fast. His tension, it's unlike anything I've ever felt before. And then I realize what it is. It's fear. For the first time ever since I was born, my father is afraid. Whatever can make my father afraid is something that is worth fearing. I can hear my dad urging the rest of my siblings to kick and swim, and so I do the same, screaming at the top of my lungs for Ty to follow. Ty, come on! As I get close to Maddie, one of my sisters, her tail accidentally slaps me in my face, causing me to momentarily go under the water. And that's when I see it. The most chilling thing I've ever seen in my little short life. It was a long creature, seemingly bigger than my father. It's shaped like a log and has a long snout with very sharp teeth, and it's swimming straight for us. I scream at the top of my lungs for Ty to swim and follow us. He's crying and panicking. Tago, I can't. I'm tired. You'll have to, Ty. I urge him on and tell him that if he doesn't, he's going to die, that the rest of us can't save him. I'm hoping, since I'm directly in front of him, that my jet stream will pull him, but I think he's so far behind that it doesn't even matter. If I go back now, well then both of us can drown. Everything inside me wants me to go back, but my dad just keeps telling us to swim forward. I hear Maddie scream out that we're almost there. She and Lia are laughing. You better swim, Ty. Swim with everything you've got. You're strong. Remember? Look how much bigger you've gotten. You're bigger than me now. Swim! I hear Ty fighting for his life. What sounds like resolve. We're gonna get to the island. We're almost there, Ty. We're almost there. I keep encouraging him. I finally see my dad look back, seeing that Ty is behind us, and he ignores and keeps swimming. Stay close to me, he says. Finally, we're over the shallow place, still swimming so we can move faster through the water. Ty is right behind us. The monster has turned off and is heading away. Dad, he's leaving! I shout out. The others cheer. And when I turn back to cheer on Ty and to tell him how proud I am of him, I notice that he's much farther back. I'm still swimming, and we're almost at the shore. But Ty is still in the deep water, and the creature hasn't disappeared. It's going after him. Oh no, I say, still swimming ahead, but no longer needing the urgency. I stop momentarily and swim back towards the deep water. I can hear my siblings telling me to stop. Ty! I call out. No, Ty! Ty! Ty is screaming and panicking, unable to move. With all the strength and energy that he's exerting to kick forward, he's just staying in one spot, hardly moving. His legs are shot. His leg that he injured in his fight with Scour. I can't feel my legs. I can't feel my legs. Come on, Ty, you got this, Ty, hurry! Swim! Swim, Ty! I yell out encouragingly, trying to keep my head above the surface. But as Ty gets closer to me, suddenly he disappears. His head is gone, and all I see are bubbles and a small wave where he used to be, and a dark shadow leaving the area and sinking into the depths below. No. No. I say in denial that my brother is gone. I swim towards the shore to catch up to my siblings. Maybe he went under the water. Maybe he's trying to swim faster that way. As I touch down the shore, I'm relieved. I look back. I look at my father and the rest of my siblings. They all look sad. Ty's gone.
TAGO?
Yes, Daddy? I say in complete stupor. I'm still looking over the water, waiting to see my brother come back up for air. All I hear is my dad's bass-filled voice telling me the reality of our situation.
TAGO, Ty's gone. It's too late for him now. Come on.
Wait, Ty's gone? Asks Maddie to her dad. My dad just answers her with a blank stare and walks along the shore. We all look one more time out to the ocean, and then follow him. Scour looks at me and shrugs. He was weak, TAGO. It is what it is. I walk along the shore sadly. You know, if you hadn't fought with him, he'd probably still be alive. Well, if he learned to keep his mouth shut, he'd probably still be alive too, replies Scour. Before we can start fighting, Dad snaps his jaws and looks at us.
Children, this is an important lesson for you. You had to learn that lesson. Ty was weak. Ty didn't swim fast enough, and what happened to him?
Got eaten by that thing, says Lia, the oldest.
He got eaten. If you're not fast enough, or strong enough, or smart enough, you die. Just like Ty did.
Did the monster eat him? Asked Scour. Why didn't we save him? I asked my dad, challenging him. My dad just stares at me and then walks away. We follow him.
It takes more energy to try and save something that is too weak than to save yourself and the rest of your family. See, when something is weak, it pulls you down. It puts you in danger. What do you think would have happened if you'd gone out there to save Ty?
I don't know, I say, answering him, really not knowing the answer. I've never been in this situation before.
You would have drowned, TAGO. All of you would have drowned. That thing is so big it could swallow all of you, even if you all went to go save him. Now, is it better for all of you to die together, or for only one of you to die?
Scour quickly answers this question. Only one. It is what it is. He was weak anyway.
That's my boy. Come on.
Even though I'm sad, having known Ty all my life, I quickly forget about him. Guess Daddy's right. This is a lesson we all have to learn. It doesn't feel good, but I never want to be in his position. Soon we are playing on the beach, until Daddy goes straight to something lying in the middle of the sand. It's one of the many creatures that we see on the shore, these short-bodied creatures with circular things on their backs. Their legs look flat and funny, kind of like that thing that we saw in the water that took Ty. What are those? I wondered. It's meat. It smells so sweet. This is the smell that Dad has been smelling. I don't know how long this animal's been dead, but it sure smells delicious. We wait for Daddy to turn it over onto its back so he can get at its belly, and then he starts tearing into it. As we start to tear into it too, he growls at us, and we look up at him.
I came here to get this for me. What are you guys gonna eat?
What? Excuse me? Says Lia. So we swam all the way across the ocean, and you're not even giving us food? My dad smiles and looks up, and nods to the forest and the shore.
There is so much food around here. I'm sure you'll find something.
He goes back to eating. Lia rolls her eyes and walks off. This is what he meant by us growing up. This is what he meant when he said one day we would have to become our own hunters. I just didn't realize it would be today. After that long journey, I'm so hungry. And what he's eating tastes so good. But I guess he's right. If we find something, then we can have our own kill and not share with him. I see little circular creatures with flat legs coming out of the ground, like miniature versions of the thing that my dad is eating. A lot of them keep popping up, and I start to play with them. It's really fun. Every time I step on them, they disappear into the sand. I try to stay away from the shore, not wanting to go back into the water for quite some time, thinking that thing is in there. Where do you keep going? I ask. Suddenly, one pops back up, and I get ready to bite it. Before I can process what's going on, Lia, my oldest sister, grabs it and runs away with it. I chase after her. Hey, Lia, that's mine! Too bad, you were too slow. Really? That's no fair. I had it first. Well, you don't have it now. Lia swallows it whole, and the others laugh at me. Scour is building a pile of them, and then he swallows a whole bunch all at once, almost choking on it. I laugh to myself. It would be so hilarious if he ended up dying on his food. We had another brother once. I mean, he died when he was very, very young because he choked on his food. What a strange way to go. To die on the thing that's supposed to make you live. Since everybody's away and Daddy's calmed down a bit, I go back towards him to see if I can sneak a little piece of his meat away. I haven't gotten any food for myself. As I get closer, he growls.
TAGO, get away from my food.
I skip away and then look back at him. Dad, it's hard. Everyone is taking my stuff. He tears off a chunk of flesh. The smell comes wafting my way, filling my head with delight, making me realize how hungry I really am.
Well, if it's that easy for them to take it away from you, I guess you're really not that hungry, are you?
He continues eating. Since everyone's on shore, I try my luck in the forest. I find some insects under a rock. I thought I had graduated from eating these, but it's all I can get right now, since my brother and sisters have taken all the rest of the food. Night settles in, and Daddy is sleeping by his food. There's only a little bit of it left, but he's carved out most of it. As he's sleeping, I sneak up to it to see if I can catch a little piece.
Don't even think about it.
How are you not sleeping?
That's your next lesson. Always be aware of your surroundings,
My dad lifts up his head and turns around to look at me.
even when you're sleeping.
He smiles.
Come on over here, TAGO.
My sisters and brother are still playing. It's getting dark. We look over the water. It's eerily calm, in a way that it wasn't this morning. I lay down beside him, feeling his warmth embracing me. It feels good as the night is very cold.
I want you to all be effective hunters and to survive. But to do that, you have to make some hard decisions. I'm very proud of you that you didn't save your brother today.
You are?
Mm-hmm. If you had gone out there, I would have lost both of you, and you wouldn't be here right now enjoying all of this. You would never see your sisters and your brother again. You guys are gonna grow up one day, and you're gonna need each other. I'm not gonna be around.
Where are you gonna go? I ask my dad. He looks over the water.
I don't know. Maybe find another female. But one day you guys are gonna be out on your own. And it's going to be better for you if there's more of you to help each other survive. You understand?
Yes, Dad. I understand.
Just part of growing up. I had to deal with the same thing as well.
He hears my tummy rumbling. And then he nods behind him.
Why don't you go break off a piece of that meat? Don't you dare let your sisters and brother hear you.
Really?
Next lesson. Try to eat without people knowing you're eating.
Thanks, Dad. I curl up behind him and pick off some of the meat from the shell of the animal. It tastes amazing. It's a bit chewy, but it's definitely better than anything else I've eaten in a while. Late at night, my siblings and I all curl up together around Dad. The sounds of the waves on the shore are my lullaby to sleep. I really miss Ty. In a way, I still feel like he's a part of us. I feel like he's now a part of the ocean. It looks like he became one with it. So maybe, somewhere, maybe he's different now. I don't know. I lay down beside Maddie. She smiles and nuzzles close to me, and I drift off to sleep.